2021 was a bad year when it comes to updates coming to Red Dead Online, and there's no guarantee that 2022 is going to be any better, but that doesn't stop fans wanting updates. So here's a 22 updates fans would like to see for Red Dead in 2022. Before I do get into the video, this video is brought to you by Skillshare. It's no secret that I've created a lot of gaming channels, and because I've created so many, I know how to get them partnered in about 1 to 2 months without needing to promote them on other social media accounts. And I always get asked, how do I do it? That's why I've created an in-depth course on Skillshare covering everything. It goes through the basics of creating a new YouTube channel, but it quickly scales up into doing keyword research, planning videos, recording, editing, creating thumbnails, and eventually getting monetized, where you can actually start running your YouTube channel like a business by outsourcing the work. If you're interested in having your own gaming channel, there is a link in the description down below, which will give you 1 free month of Skillshare for the first 100 people who sign up. So make sure that you're quick and do go and watch that course so you know exactly the process of what I go through for every single video and for every single new YouTube channel that I create. Link to that can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, we will be going through a list of update ideas that would be cool to see within Red Dead Online for 2022. There's no guarantee that any of this will happen, but it's fun to talk about. If you do have any other ideas that you would like to see as part of this game, then be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. But without any further ado, let's just get into this. Update number 1, a Rockstar creator. Rockstar always pushes showdown series, races, call to arms, and other one-off missions such as telegrams. But they really could save a lot of time if they just built a tool which will allow players to create their own types of races, their own showdown series, their own call to arms game modes, and their own missions. Rockstar Creator is already part of GTA Online and would be nice for that to cross over to Red Dead. The second update, a Rockstar Editor. Very similar to the Rockstar Creator, this is already within GTA, but a Rockstar Editor will allow you to record gameplay. That gameplay can then be edited together with the Rockstar Editor, where you're able to mix and match different clips that you've been able to record. Both the Rockstar Creator and Rockstar Editor allows players to be extremely creative and push out content. And number 3, of course, it's Heists. Rockstar did promise new types of outlaw content with the Blood Money update in 2021, and fans were really hoping it was going to be Heists. Unfortunately, it wasn't the heist that we all wanted. If Rockstar just did exactly what they've done already with GTA and just bring it over to Red Dead with its own little twist, fans would be very happy, and it would be by far the best update that's ever been released to the game. And number 4, we have properties. For some people, they would like to be able to buy a property and for then you to be able to plan a heist from that property, exactly the same as GTA. Others would like properties to be its own separate update, but no matter which one you would prefer, it would still be a great addition to the game, actually give you a reason to use your money and gold. And number 5, an expansion to the Blood Money update. This could also come under Heist, but this also includes many other outlaw activities. When this was first announced in 2021, fans really liked the idea of linking up to Guido Martelli and the Bronte's crime syndicate. They just didn't like the execution of once it was released. If Rockstar was to revisit this, add some better dynamic events within free roam, and not just re-release stranger missions, then fans would be very happy. As a bonus, they could also make Capitali worth it. At the minute, it's just another pointless currency within the game. If Rockstar actually built a store which you can use Capitali to buy different types of weapons or other exclusive items in the game that can only be obtained through the Blood Money content, then this would also be a plus. And number 6, we have a trader expansion. Last year, within 2020, Rockstar expanded the Bounty Hunter, and since then, people have been talking about a trader expansion ever since. This could link into taxidermy, which has been leaked in the past, or it could even just be extra missions, new delivery locations, a new delivery wagon where you can sell more than 100 goods, and of course for your trader to actually produce more than just 100 goods. Very similar to this, we also have a collector expansion. Another update which was talked about in the past, where we had Posse Collections. This was now 2 years ago. It's fair to say that that idea has probably been scrapped and the whole project has been killed, but there's still room for there to be expansions within the collector role, with new collector sets and new reason for you to actually get collectibles other than it just being money. We could also get a Moonshiner expansion. It would not be too difficult now that we do have a Moonshine Shack within the game for us to add rooms to that Moonshine Shack. There was an underground bar expansion, then there was a band expansion. That list could carry on going on. You can get poker tables as well as other ways in which you can expand your underground bar. And number 9, we could also see a naturalist expansion, with there being new types of legendary animals, new types of legendary animal missions, and also new free roam events that you can go through. The good thing with legendary animals is that the code is always the same within each animal. It doesn't change what you're able to do, so this can be infinitely scalable. They just need a different model and a different animation set for that animal that is included. And number 10, we could also have a bounty hunter expansion. Yes, we have already had one of these in the past, and yes, it really didn't go down too well with fans, with there only being 10 extra ranks and a few legendary bounties. But it still didn't stop players from going through those legendary bounties. It's actually good content. They just didn't like the 10 extra ranks and us having to wait 6 months for what was a very anticlimactic update. But if this is what they had in mind with a bounty hunter enhancement, as long as there is more content beside it, whether it be expansions on all the previous roles with what we've just talked about, then fans will be very excited and they'll definitely accept it. Number 11, finish a land of opportunity missions. Missions will have low replayability, and after they're completed, no one's ever going to think about them again, but this game has now been out for over 3 years and still we haven't completed the main story. There just needs to be a few extra missions where we go and take down Grace Lanson, and once that's done, well, the Jessica Leclerc story is now finished. Very similar to this, at number 12, we can have extra missions for your Moonshiner. Moonshine missions is by far the best missions within the whole game. There was only 5, but it was very fun to play through. And this could come under a Moonshine expansion. But if Rockstar don't want to add an extra 10 ranks and they don't want to add expansions to the underground bar, players would accept a few Moonshine missions, especially considering how that last mission ended. At 13, we have quality of life improvements. This would be a very small update in the grand scheme of things, probably the smallest update in the whole of this list, but there's certain things that can be done which just makes life slightly easier and slightly better. Of course, with every update there should be bug fixes, but it would also be nice to have a sell all button from Madame Lazar when you want to go and sell every single collector set instead of you having to spam A or X, depending which platform you're on, to go through each and every one. It would be nice to be able to pull pelts and carcasses from your hunting wagon, have wagons spawn wherever you are and you not needing to be close to the road, having different types of satchel upgrades. This is just a small list. By quality of life, there could be hundreds of different updates, including just small changes such as character movement. And Rockstar have done this before for Red Dead with the Frontier Pursuits update, and now it's been 2 years since that update was released and we could get some better stuff, something that just makes it feel even better. At 14, an update which is very high on my list is a fight club, a communal location where everyone can enjoy and you can fight each other. These fights can go from one-on-one or something a lot bigger. If a communal space within free roam won't work, then just make it as an event that players can enter whenever. At 15, the ability to steal wagons and coaches to sell at the fence, or even break in horses to sell to Clive and Clay. Both of these are already within Red Dead Redemption 2 story. And it wouldn't be too difficult to implement this into Red Dead Online. Set a cap to how many wagons you can sell within a time limit so it doesn't get used and abused, but still being able to steal wagons and actually sell them on. Actually be an outlaw within the game. At 16, we have a fishing role. A fishing role isn't a normal request, and realistically you can add any role to the game. But fishing was a popular activity right at the beginning of the game because it was the #1 way to make money. Rockstar have also shown interest in this specific activity within the past when they talk about it in different types of interviews and articles. And to add to all of that, it's also very easy for them to implement because most of the gameplay mechanics are already within the game. You can already buy a fishing rod and you can already fish. You can already use canoes as well as other types of boats that sail past Saint Denis. All Rockstar really need to do is bring it all together. At 17, we have a dynamic events update. With every single time that we get a new role added to the game, normally Rockstar do push at least one dynamic event. And with each one by itself, it's nothing too special, but gradually over time, as more and more of these have been added to free roam, it just makes free roam slightly more entertaining. It actually makes it feel like it's alive rather than it just being a piece of dirt in which you travel around to do other activities. Having an update where it adds more than just one dynamic event would be a lot better. It will make the world feel even more alive. At 18, more customization options. There is already weapon customization, horse customization, and we do have liveries which have been added to the bounty hunter wagon, but it's all very limited. It wouldn't be too difficult considering the systems are already in place to add new types of weapon variants, add new types of weapon customization options, add new types of horse customization, maybe even start looking at some of the highly requested features such as war paint that you can apply to your character and also your horse. There's also an option in here to make it even more exclusive with certain customization features, which will actually give players something to aim towards rather than what we have right now, where people are grinding money and gold for the sake of grinding money and gold. At 19, we have private lobbies. There are ways in which you can get private lobbies, but it's not really the official way. You have to go through different types of loopholes with changing your internet connection on your console or just doing different things within game, which will give you a private lobby. It's another small update in the grand scheme of things, but for the certain player, it will actually have a huge benefit as they're no longer going to be getting grief. At 20, we have the ability to purchase other wagons which aren't locked behind roles. So far, we only have 2 wagons within the game that can be purchased from the stable. This is your bounty hunter wagon and also your hunting wagon. They both have their own purposes, but it's not necessarily a wagon which you're just going to be taking out and about. Most people just use their horses, but there's hundreds of different wagons already available within the game. All Rockstar need to do is add them to the stable for you to actually buy them, include it within the save game so that once you actually buy them, it does get saved to your account and actually acknowledges that you bought them. And when you go out into free roam, you can bring up the player menu and call your wagon wherever you are. It amazes me that we're this far into the game and still this isn't a thing. At 21, we have improvement to the ranking system. Right now, there's a few ways in which you get rank unlocks, but once you've completed them, there's nothing to push for. Once you get above level 100 for your character, there's nothing to unlock. It's also the same for every single role, and the only way that long-time players can actually have something to strive for is once we have a quick draw club or an outlaw pass. Rockstar could very easily add new types of rank unlocks from 100 to up to 1000. You can have weapon challenges to give different types of styles. You can have horse challenges to bring in new options for customization. Challenges don't just need to give out gold, which we currently have with the awards. It can give out loads of different customization options and exclusive items that can be used for your character. Another thing that players can then aim for. And finally, the 20-second update that has been included within this list is other types of fun game modes. Now, right at the beginning, we did talk about a Rockstar creator so that we can make these fun game modes by ourselves, but if Rockstar refuses, well, at least they can push game modes which players enjoy. There's no point in which happened within 2021 where they pushed another 8 races to the game, because the majority of the fan base don't play through races, they don't enjoy them, they're boring. The best thing that came from the Blood Money update was the Call to Arms survival mode, so we can create more types of game modes like this, instead of focusing on game modes that only a limited amount of players actually go through. But anyway guys, here is 22 updates that players would like to see within 2022. As said at the beginning, there's no guarantee that any of this stuff included will actually happen, but this really just goes to show the potential of this game as long as Rockstar were actually providing updates to it. Some of these updates included are extremely simple to do, whereas others take a lot more effort. If you do have any other update ideas that you would like to see within a game, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you want to learn how to grow your own YouTube gaming channel, no matter what game it is, then there is also a link within the description which will take you over to my Skillshare course. You can also find it as the pinned comment. Anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.